Yeah.
No way. Yes.
We can hear you shitting. Welcome to the Friday Fallout, everybody. If you guys,
Hello. Everybody congratulate Sewer Rug when he gets back. He went pee way too late.
yeah, he was also late.
Late, yeah.
Yeah, but we always try to get him to go right before the intro anyway. So
yeah. So make sure you hire him for any jobs you need done fast. No, as you guys know, or don't know, it's Pig Day or something. International Pig Day.
It is National Pig Day. March 1st is National Pig Day. Couldn't be happier. I actually wore Oink Squad shirt and hat to work today, all day. I was like, fuck it. It's National Pig Day.
I mean,
we're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah. I pigged out.
Oh, what?
Wait, that's not a real background?
That was me.
I thought maybe you just caught a glimpse of what you were doing back there.
No, you don't want to know. Pants are on though. Pants are. Oh wait, are we? Did you do the thing?
No, we're the intro's still going right now.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk some sewer on some people, man.
Yeah, like who? Tell us. You got like 45 seconds.
Okay, good. Because when I was in the bathroom right now, I was looking at myself and I was going, "You could do better," you know? Oh.
Can you translate Patrick Conquest's? I'm not. I don't quite understand.
Yeah, he said this day has sucked. Provide me joy, Fallouters. So apparently Patrick had a bad day, so he's here, and he's here to nuzzle and suck on the teats of whatever we provide here on the show tonight.
Is there anybody else in chat with great comments?
Yeah, GT Winkham says Friday shit is falling out of Sewer Rug live. He also says saludos to Ern. Ben says hey yo. Ern says hola piggies. And GT says he was forced here by gunpoint by New Wave Dave's cat. And Mallory says my PSA, by the way, shout out to Mallory, haven't seen you in a while. My PSA of the night, children in the back seats of cars cause accidents, but accidents in the back seats of cars cause children.
Oh,
words to live by.
That's why you drive a moped.
There's cat situations. I get it.
Yeah. I don't know about any of that because sex is gross and that's how you get cooties. But anyways, what's up, guys? How was your weeks and stuff?
Snorkel, how was your week, buddy?
My work was great. How was Sewer Rug's week?
No, you're not your work, your week. We asked different 4-letter W word.
I said week.
You said work.
I said week.
Do we play the tape back?
Yeah, figure it out.
No, Snorkel? I mean, anything exciting? Did you get outside? Was it raining?
Yes.
Wow, man. Oregon's a trip, man.
You know, I watched an older episode, and I noticed that I used to do that job that Sewer Rug now does. I used to try to get Snorkel to talk, and I'm so glad that I don't have to do that job anymore.
Yeah,
it's a thankless job, and nobody.
I never realized it was me until I was like, okay, I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
I don't know if tonight is Sewer Rug 10% or Sewer Rug 110%. I'm rolling off 3 hours of sleep, and I worked a fucking 12-hour day. Ooh, swear words coming right out the mouth.
Why'd your boss make you work a 12-hour day?
Because I only slept for 3 hours, so I was lazy. When I got up and was doing my morning stuff and splashed cold water in my face, I leaned my head back like this, and I was like, "Whoa, fucking dizzy! I should call in sick today because I'm probably gonna crash a car." But no, I traveled that way. I went that way. I went over there.
So wait, who do you call in sick to? Do you call your work phone, and then you hold it on the other side of your head?
Hey, what do you think? Oh, don't call me a bitch. Yeah, that's what I do. I just out loud to myself, and then I don't go. But I made it. I made it through the day. We're here. I'm not tired, and we're gonna do the show. Besides that, my wife's coworker has chickens and ducks, so I've been eating duck and chicken eggs. I don't know, for 4 days. Wow,
That's fantastic.
A lot of gassy gooses. That
sounds kind of foul.
Yeah.
Don't get quacking up. The thing is I have 36 eggs in the fridge still. So if only I had something to use it for, like a brownie mix or something, I'd be great.
Did she make you pay up front, or did you just put it on your bill?
Did you watch you pee?
How
many eggs do you get per stream?
What? And here's the thing. When they come from the chicken from the farmer, like without the store business, it's covered in dookie, right? And so I saw Ryan, the coworker, female from my wife's work, and I was like, "Hey, thanks for the eggs." And she's weird, So she was like, "Chickens have one hole," and I was like, "Well, I guess that means I'm welcome." So that was her response when I said thanks. She just kind of took a drag from her cigarette and then looked at me and was like, "Chicken's got one hole," and I was like, "Oh, that explains the poop. Thanks." And so I have
Wait
poop
a
eggs.
second.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I got.
So wait, what? So like instead of pooping, chickens just make eggs. They don't poop, or they poop
No,
with
they
the egg.
poop. They poop and pee out. It's called a cloaca.
So what about this Caligula?
It's where all of the excrement comes out of.
So Rob Zombie wrote a song about where chickens shit out of their eggs.
So you are a foul
Sure.
gynecologist.
I had to hear it.
Apparently, Patrick says I was supposed to be in a show on HBO about my whole situation with the cops, but they scrapped me and never told me. My dad had to tell me. 2 years of waiting. I'm livid. Man, after like the first 2 weeks, I'd say they weren't that into you, man. Sorry you had to find out this way.
It's HBO, man.
Yeah.
Not that high quality.
That would suck, though. I mean, that would really suck, especially if it was something you were waiting on. I don't really have anything to tell you guys about my week. I worked, that was it,
Right?
Had chest pains, shortness of breath, tingling in the left arm, just the normal stuff I usually have. Other than that, that was about it. So, Vandal, what about you? Anything exciting? Any exciting gas station pizzas or anything?
No. I took today off of work. I didn't do shit productive. I did shit. No, I can't really say that there's anything interesting going on. And maybe it's like, that transition time, springtime or something, I guess. Like winds or something, the changes or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But
Time for
shout
a new
out.
dress. Time for a new dress, Van.
Yeah.
All the leaves are brown.
Shout out to V8 for joining us. Apparently Ern says you don't need to refrigerate those eggs, Ern. Ern says, Sewer Rug, you don't need to refrigerate fresh eggs. Sorry.
You do
There's
not.
like letters.
You only have to refrigerate them when you wash the protective membrane off.
Our chat is way too knowledgeable about eggs and where they come from and all that stuff. That's you guys know more about that than me.
I'm glad they're more knowledgeable than the average person.
Yeah, GT's got the right question though. It's like, does it come out the slop hole? And I'm thinking so, man. If there's like doo-doo on it and stuff like that. But like, what happens with an egg? Like not an egg. If a chicken gets constipated, do they like break inside there and then they poop out an omelet?
Oh, heat things up. Yeah, no, that's spicy. That's a controversial, Vandal.
Yeah.
That's been the debate for years. Which came first, the omelet or the poop?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's like a blueberry omelet. Is there such thing as a blueberry omelet? Like,
I want one now. I want blueberries on my eggs. I have so many eggs. I have options. I can put things on the eggs. Peanut butter. Yeah. Throw it on the eggs. Call it a day.
Oh, I don't know about that one, man. Ben says I have chickens. Ben, you could let us know. You ever eat peanut butter on your scrambled eggs? Just the texture. You couldn't even stir that correctly.
Just ask the normal question. Have you ever been high?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
That cuts out the middleman right there.
Yeah.
E.T. fucking dropped his message.
Yeah, it's like the second one is deleted. Patrick says, well, yeah, now I realize I'm not important enough for anyone, especially audiences across the country. Like, sorry to be emo, but made me feel insecure as fuck. Like I'm too ugly for television. Have you seen our panel, man? Like, look at
Patrick. Not much going on here.
Why do you think Sewer Rug's funny with his voice? You know what I mean? Because he's not funny with his looks.
I've been told I've always had a face for radio. So
definitely a face for radio.
Yeah, and people come up to me speaking Spanish in Home Depot, and then I talk, and they're like, "Oh, no, or whatever," you know what I mean? Like,
After Conquest, if it'll make you feel better, I can start using your face for making some of the things for this show.
Yeah, you know what? We will do that. We'll provide it to our worldwide audience.
Yeah,
no problem whatsoever.
Yeah,
better than HBO. And Ben responded. He said, "Negative. I use crunchy peanut butter for my scrambled eggs."
Oh wow! Patrick says this is an HBO Max. Sorry, bro. All right, so we're charging $12 a month now. So
with commercials.
Yeah, with commercials.
With commercials.
Yeah. Enjoy the Harry Potter fucking series 18 times a year, bitch.
It's a fireplace. That's all it is. I watched an hour of that shit. It's just a fireplace.
Yeah, you want to watch The Fireplace, or you want to watch Californication? You never finish it, but you'll start it. You'll start it every time. You know.
I finished it, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Rock on.
You guys hear about this Breaking Bad? I'm like 2 episodes in. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So it's National Pig Day, not International Pig Day, because they still like do stuff with pigs in other places, I guess, like other stuff with pigs besides celebrate them, I guess. I don't know. Well, that's what the change.org thing is in the bio for, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, Anthony, what's up? What are we doing tonight?
Let's do a rub down. Let's get it rolling.
Rub down bumper is rolling.
Yeah. That was my wee man from Limp Bizkit. What was his name? Little guy?
Yeah.
Wee man?
I'm just disturbed.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony.
Very.
All right, for tonight.
Okay.
Tonight's an all pig show, and we only have really one game, and it's not really even a game. It's just dirty drawings. So I decided to go a different direction. So I've got some pig stuff to talk about that I think we will all enjoy. It's not really pig related. It's just stuff that we use the word pig for that has really not a lot of meaning toward the actual thing that we're doing. But anyway, so I got rotten potato or rotten pizza review, whatever it is we're doing. I got a rotten pizza review. I got a segment called Pigsty, got a segment called Pig Out, got a segment called Swine Verse, and last, but certainly not least, because I can't imagine what we're going to do for tonight's episode, a little dirty drawing. So I've got some like 11 by 17 inch paper ready to go for this. Just because it was left over and I can't use it for anything else. But that's not the reason. Because
I thought you went to the craft store.
No, I've been trying to clean out the warehouse all week, and I found it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I bought that a long time ago to use for something. And when you buy paper that size, make sure your printer can fit paper that size, because ours couldn't, and it was a waste of. Paper is expensive now, but anyway, we'll get off of that. But anyway, if you want to run the Rotten Pizza review, we will get on with the Rotten Pizza list of reviews.
Oh, what's up?
Always pizza.
All the time, baby.
All right, Anthony, what delicacy are you presenting us with this evening?
All right, so I had something really fantastic this week. So, trying to get this. Hang on.
Well, you better hurry up because I take this seriously. Oh. Oh.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a takeover by Sewer Rug because he's going to do the homemade calzone review. Anyway, that's it.
Strap on your yacht. Yeah. It's time for calzones. That's right. You ever make your own pizza at home? I do sometimes. And that's a calzone. That's a pizza on top of a pizza, folded with the dough on both sides. Look at that. I got options for toppings, okay? We got pepperoncinis, good onions, jalapenos, bell peppers. I got sauce in a jar. I got dough that I sat in the fridge for 24 hours, and I roll it out, okay? This stuff I all bought at the store because I'm not a hippie, and I don't waste money, so I don't grow this stuff. And I don't buy it at Trader Joe's. Look at that. Kroger cheese, Kroger pepperonis, olive oil from the Krogers. But all of that with the dough, and you stretch it out real big. And what you're going to make is a calzone. So I like to go sauce, cheese, stuff, pepperonis on top of that. And then I have to fold all of that over. But what you get out of it when you do it yourself is way too much stuff. And you got to give it air holes. So why not write your name on it in case you're stupid and forget which one's yours? Mine would be the Matt, and the missus would be the cat. And that's just the way it works in my house because it's easier to remember.
So you didn't feed your kids?
Look at the roll on that.
No, I don't think he does.
Bread. No, the kids just watch me eat it. Are you crazy?
Feeding kids in this economy?
It may not look it, but that thing is like bigger than a Subway sandwich. Look, that's a full
So
size
why
plate.
did you steal cats for this picture instead of making yours this picture?
So there's a mat and a cat, but that's cat because I like the crust on the cat. And look at
Because
this.
the guy putting the slides together cut the number of pictures down. That's what fucking happened.
Yeah. Fuck, man, there was like 82 photos. The
I
point is,
didn't realize there was 2 different names. I just looked at the A and the T and went on.
Hells yeah.
look at the char on that. My oven goes to 575. So I let that char, and then once it comes out, you can't see it there, but there is garlic butter all over that.
Is that what that shiny stuff is?
Yeah. I just smother it in garlic butter.
Vandal, the next 2 shots are definitely for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me get my tissues.
Okay,
Uh,
Vandal,
uh.
that is your garlic buttery goodness right there. The dough, this is more than a fancy hot pocket GT. This is homemade and calzone.
This is a fancy hot pocket.
That's a lot of
Oh,
bread.
Look at that, all those toppings smushed down. Oh,
Very
It looks like a
fancy
quesadilla.
hot pocket.
Is this an
So-
Italian quesadilla?
Why does it look like you put broccoli and rice in there?
Yeah,
There's no
hold on a
broccoli
second.
inside.
Enhance.
Enhance. That's
No,
broccoli
don't
and
enhance.
rice.
Don't
You
enhance.
tried to
I
be
can't
healthy.
make these pictures any bigger than they are.
Wow.
I'm gonna give
Zucchini, broccoli, rice. You made vegetable. You ate vegetables.
Well,
already
he said he
named-
went to Trader Joe's, but he did. He says like,
Oh
I'll go to
my
Trader Joe's.
god.
This
ain't no
smells
Trader
of
Joe's.
Birkenstock sandals.
This is okay, patchouli, maybe a little, but the point is I'm unbiased, and this stuff came out incredible. It's the
I'm
best thing I've
unbiased.
ever
It's
had.
my calzone, but I'm
It's,
unbiased.
yeah. I mean, I don't care who made it. The point is I'm unbiased, and it is amazing. All
Show us
right,
the matte one.
he cut it away. Don't eat that. Stop it. There's 4 different types of cheese there. Okay, 4 different types of cheese. Bell
Don't mind
peppers,
if I do.
Bell pepper's
jalapenos.
not cheese.
Well, yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
naming
know.
the cheese.
4 types of cheese, and then he starts naming vegetables again. This man.
Yeah.
Bell pepper, jalapenos, onions, pepperoncinis. Okay, and then pepperoni,
Rice, broccoli, cauliflower. You hippie.
4
Yeah.
cheeses.
Did you
Four.
have buffalo cauliflower wings too?
That's a cauliflower crust. I made the dough out of cauliflower.
Oh, I hate you.
I'm
No.
just fucking kidding. No, it's real. It's real dough. It's real dough. You can't get that.
I've seen cauliflower crust. They don't look like that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
thick,
like-
That malleable.
dude.
Don't get me wrong, it does look tasty, but everyone here on the panel, are you guys calzone people? Like,
No.
Definitely.
really?
Wait,
Okay.
The
so-
thing I missed the most from Pizza Hut was the pizzones that they used to have.
Oh man.
I lived on
the
those
pizzones
things for
were
like a
okay.
year.
Yeah.
So Vandal,
But
honestly,
Vandal, that shot is pretty damn good. Like I
Yeah.
really thought.
when it comes to pizza, my favorite part of pizza almost every time is the crust. Whether it's Detroit style or thin or whatever, I like a good crust, right? And so calzone is just like, oh, you like crust? Here's another one, And so it's just multiple crusts. That's my favorite.
So why
part.
don't you just eat toast?
Why don't
My
you just
pen.
use the air fryer?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
write Vandal real quick. Hold on. Now I'm
Ben
taking
says, "Is that a Parks and Rec reference?" Yeah, the calzone zone. Like,
Treat yourself.
yeah. I don't
It
know.
is delicious though.
I mean, like, it does look good. Don't get me wrong. And it doesn't look like the crust is too thick. That's my problem with calzones. It's when it's like 99% bread, and then you go to bite into it, and it's like that last part of like a Burger King hamburger where it's got the cheese and the bread only. You know what I mean?
See, I disagree. I like the garlic soaked bread that goes along with it. So
Oh man.
to each his own.
And the garlic butter is easy. You just microwave butter, add garlic and some herbs. Garlic butter.
You should air fry the butter, dude. I'm telling you, like,
Oh yeah, I'll
just
try
put
to
it
air
in
fry
a
it next
pan
time.
and
Is there a
slow
catch?
heat
Can you put it in? How's that work? That's a bad idea. It's gonna melt into the fryer.
yeah,
No,
you gotta
but
make a
better
little,
with
you gotta make a
everything
little
spiced.
float, a little flue for the butter.
The
to
worst
melt
part for me,
into.
Vandal, is when I'm done, the toppings look about this thick, right? And
Yeah.
then once it cooks, it goes, all right, fuck you.
Well, it's
Right?
because all the
it
juice.
melts and everything. So that was a big poofy, but then it went. So I guess I have to make it. This.
It happens to a lot of guys around our age, but the good thing there's the medicine for that. Tonight's show sponsored by Hims. No.
No
Yeah.
toast.
Let's see. In chat we got. I'm talking about the highway to the calzone zone. Says Ern. Yeah. He said. Yeah. Ern did like 3 hot pocket. Wow. Ern did like 3 Parks and Rec references. Calzone dipped in garlic sauce. GT says.
Yeah.
Detroit style really doesn't really have crust, says Ern. So you better watch your mouth, Suey. Ben says nice. Yeah. K Fang, what's up? Says loves Parks and Rec. And microwave an egg with a shell on, says GT. What's up, Kentucky? Kentucky, since you just got here, you're a man of class and taste. You love the fanny pack and the Hawaiian shirt and the sandals and socks. Do you eat calzones? Are you a fan of calzones? This is what Mr. Sui has showed us that he made, but he didn't show us his. He did it first, and now he's showing us his wife's because it came out better.
He gave me all the photos. That's my bad. I don't know which is which.
I said cut down
So
all your
for tonight's
selection.
tinfoil hat time, Anthony is now a part of the deep state.
No, there was 72 photos, and he had to narrow it down to the ones that really mattered.
I normally do 5, 6 on a really strong one. There was 12 photos I think he sent me. I cut it down to 7. So
yeah. Mike D says nice concoction.
And that's coming from a chef. Okay.
Kentucky Shine loves calzones. Man, it's like you think you know a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and then we all just do it right, and you're just left
behind. Everyone else is wrong. I must be the one that's wrong. I don't think so. I'm gonna die on this bread deal somewhere.
How about this, Vandal? I'll make a calzone and mail it to you.
You know what? How about Blues Brothers No Thousand? Okay.
No thousand. Andre No Thousand.
Yeah.
But Sewer Rug contacted me this week and wanted to know if he could hijack, and I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. And I didn't tell the other guys or anybody else, but kind of fun little video there. So
yeah. So 11 out of 10, unbiased opinion, probably the best calzones ever.
He didn't let it watch TV.
You know what? That's the same way I feel about the cartoons I make of you guys. So yeah.
Steve-O says for International Pig Day, he's enjoying some fancy sausages. So he's getting the pig inside of him, He's getting pork.
One way or another, enjoying can have all different kinds of connotations. So
yeah.
Anthony, I saw that platter. I saw that sausage platter Steve-O's got. I didn't have to pay for it either. I just got to view it. And I have it downloaded.
So onlyfans.com/Steve-O. No, don't type that in. You might find something you don't like.
Don't. Yeah, I did. Sorry.
All right, we might mix these segments up a little bit, but if you want to go on to Pigsty, we can do that.
All right, Pigsty is up.
You guys didn't know I was taking over the pizza review. I tricked you.
All right, Anthony, what is Pigsty all about?
So Pigsty, basically I had this idea. I looked at a bunch of different pig connotations to things this week, and Pigsty stuck out to me because I don't know if you guys had this, but when I was younger, or my parents would always be like, "Clean up that pigsty," or "That looks like a pigsty," and it's not something we use typically anymore. And I thought I found some pictures of things, and I think we're going to have a conversation of whether these are quote unquote pigsties or collections. And I'm going to let you guys just kind of make that decision. I think we probably all have different feelings towards these things. You ever met the guy that has any piece of wood that you need any particular thing, and he saves it everywhere? Like, I saw this picture, and that's exactly what I thought of. Like, you go behind Grandpa's house, and for some reason he has all of this. Is this a pigsty, or is this something that should be kept just in case?
I mean, honestly, it's just a treasure trove, It looks like the side of my house. I don't have that type of weeds growing in my yard, but I'm a hoarder. I'm out of this one. Anyone else?
The amount of spiders in that photo.
Oh yeah. The best part is like there's like 47 different parts of bed frames, but not one of them's the same size.
Right.
No interlocking whatsoever.
Yeah, none of them. It's like it's like that drawer in your kitchen where you keep all the USB cables you've collected since 1998. And not one of them matches one plug you have.
I used to have a mini barrel, like a plastic barrel that was nothing but cords.
I had that cardboard box of cords. Still hoping.
Yeah, is that the guy thing, just to collect, like never let those go? Like out of like every vape thing that I would get. I would throw the cord in there, just in case I need that for later.
Yeah,
Who
because the
needs
other
a
400.
3-inch USB-C cord? Like nobody.
3-inch and yeah.
Well, if it's USB-C, I'll keep it. But if
Right.
it's USB
For
A
now.
or B or whatever, yeah, no, I'm not
Yeah.
keeping that stuff.
And as time progresses, it's like fire the Apple cables. Like, and now they're going to USB-C. It's like $1.
Ern says hey, how'd you get a picture of my parents' house? Fang says that looks like there's a system. Yeah, it's called meth. Mike T says one man's trash is another man's treasure.
No.
Excuse me. Mike
Keep
T
that
says
in mind for the rest of these.
yeah. Mike T says oink, yo, and salutations everyone. He's punching some big nuts. And Ben says this is what the metal spot behind my shop looks like. Just different kinds of metal.
Yeah.
Wood metal.
Happy National Pig Day to you too, Mike T 206.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, that just looks like tetanus waiting to happen.
Yeah, it's a disaster, but that's somebody's treasure.
Yeah,
like that has all been stacked there by hand. It's not like it's trash. I mean, there's a pathway, to get through.
This looks like one of those Narcos cut scenes or something,
Looks like something the Fast and the Furious guys would run through as they were getting away from somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one, I think we all know this guy. Oh no, that is the Home Mart. So we'll go on to that one later. But the Home Mart, okay. So I don't know anybody like this, but I have seen this on TV. And is this a pigsty or is this a good idea?
So obviously this person had too many coupons and too much fucking time, and so they
just because it's organized does it not mean it's hoarding?
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, if you're gonna have a bunch of shit, have it set up like this. You know what I mean? Like at least you know where it's at. You can see that the apple juice is gonna go bad in 6 months anyways, but you're still gonna keep it because you can't let the shelf space be empty. You know what I mean? But
the only time I've ever seen this be necessary is in the movie Blast from the Past.
I've known a lot of Mormon families growing up out here, and this is exactly what most of them are. They're like pantries or whatever room looks like.
Yeah, but that's all like Mormon peanut butter, Mormon apple juice, Mormon this, Mormon sugar. It's all like in-house stuff. These are name brand stuff. I inspect a lot of houses, and I'll tell you, the people's basements that look like this really grind my gears.
Why?
I don't like those people. Okay, when you get upstairs, you see how they live, and you just go, I don't like you. Can't do it.
Is it too organized? Is that what throws you over the top, or is it that they're just one of those straight-laced people that seem to have it all together that drive myself?
It's too much stuff. Okay, sewer inspections became essential during the COVID thing, so I didn't take that whole hiatus that other people took. I kept working, and when I would see the hordes and then the toilet paper hordes, and I was like, "You're doing the toilet paper thing," but yeah. It's like you have 72 bottles of Lysol toilet bowl cleaner there on the right side, and you're never going to run through that in your whole entire life. Great, you had a coupon. You could use it 72 times. No one's going to squirt that much toilet bowl cleaning liquid down their toilet. It's bothersome.
Wouldn't it make your life easier if they did?
No, it'd make it worse. It rots and erodes pipes. I'm not going to get into it. Cast iron is not a fan of Lysol toilet bowl cleaner.
Why are you using this to cook?
Well, I don't cook with it. I actually use honey and syrups. Why would I use toilet bowl?
So you do go to Trader Joe's. You're a liar.
Well, not today. Okay?
Not today.
I'm going to take the wings down. I'm taking the wings down. Sorry.
Snorkel, have you ever known anybody that did this, or do you maybe possibly?
I do not do this. And yes, the same thing living in Idaho. It's a Mormon thing. That's a Mormon basement.
Yeah, and I get it. Like sewer rugs, make your own stuff. Well, because a lot of Mormons, what they do is they like to stock up on things, right? And I will be honest with you, for the most part, everyone that I've experienced from that, side of denomination has been pretty close to upper to middle class people, right? And so to be smart, they stock up on things like this, use coupons and all that stuff. And then also a lot of them are community based. So it's everyone's kitchen, and from what I understand of the Mormon belief, is like a pantry for other people. You know what I mean? So when you have missionaries come over, or if you have someone in the church that's down in hard times, you always have something to provide them with. so that later on you can guilt them into cleaning your church.
That's not funny or cruel at all. Like, that's not what I'm looking for here.
Yeah.
Vando, do you need 5,000 paper plates in the small
Yes,
size?
actually, I do. But what does bug me about this is because I'm a paper plate abuser. I use plastic utensils. Fuck kids. Fuck the planet. No. But
it's something that Randall and I have in common.
Yeah.
I only use plastic forks. I have this addiction to just use, and I just throw them away. I hate washing silverware. So
yeah, and like, don't get me wrong. You have like people over or something. Sure, of course, pull out the good stuff. If it's someone you're trying to impress, I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried to impress anyone in probably a decade. But like, you have that real stuff. But what does bug me about this is the fact that when you look at the shelf, third one down, the one you see the yellow fucking boxes, right? The trash bags right there, the Glad or whatever. And you go down two, there's a file cabinet fucking box there, right? A box for files. And then you go down,
it's filled with napkins.
Yeah, it's filled with napkins. And then when you go down on the right, those plates aren't stacked according to size. It doesn't go from large to small. It goes from medium to small to large, and it really bugs me.
That's the best part, Vandal. That's the best part right there.
See, now you're just trying to hurt me.
Comment was pretty good. He was saying this person's either a Sam's Club member or a conspiracy theorist, or both.
I mean, yeah, why not?
That sounds
both?
like a new game.
Steve O says, I got everything seasoned ciabatta bread from Trader Joe's. First thing I've had from there. Got it at the food pantry. My parents aren't that bad, but they do shop at Costco, Sam's for something, says Earn. Don't blame the prepper, says GT Wincam. They already have the toilet paper before Corona. Yeah, and that whole thing was funny. If you guys don't know, toilet paper is not brought in from China. It's not brought in from a different state. It's not brought in from Cuba. It's literally made in your local area. Because guess what? If you try to fill up a truck, like a shipping truck full of toilet paper, it's like 600 pounds, but you're still paying for the weight and the size of the truck. So why the fuck would you fly an airplane with fucking air in it to fucking Texas or wherever the fuck you're from just for you to run out? Stop mass buying toilet paper.
Well, and that's a good point, Vano, because when you're in business, you look at storage space being also cost.
Yes.
Because like if you're putting all of this stuff, in your basement, yes, you're already paying for the house, but there's a storage cost involved with this. You divide whatever you're paying by the square footage this shit takes up, and then every month that you're paying that, those products decrease in value because you're making that. But nobody ever thinks about that. It's like, well, I'm going to pay for the house anyway, which is fine. But from a business standpoint, no, you don't want to have stuff just sitting.
Well, yeah. And from this, and if you look at it like this person looks like they prepared pretty well. I mean, granted, it looks like apple juice or whatever. Who knows how long the date is? But most of the stuff is non-perishable cleaning supplies or some kind of supply. It's not something that you really eat. It's not like an edible food or anything. And these are convenience items. You know what I mean? Like, like they're going to make
convenient and non-perishable, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's probably on the side of, at least it's an organized hoarder. We'll go along with that. And this was the one I was saying, we probably all know a guy that does this.
Make it big.
I know that we've seen it. I've seen it. I've known people that have done this. And this wall in particular made me laugh because there's just like regular pop cans on here, like Pepsi and Coke and shit. It's like,
yeah.
Who?
Dream stash.
What brings somebody to collect something like that?
Fourth from the bottom.
Wild Cherry Pepsi from the 90s. Oh, that's great.
All right, fourth from the bottom, 8 from the right. Is that a jar of fucking peaches?
4 bottom, 8 right. Yes.
4, 8 from the right. Yeah, that looks like a jar of fucking peaches. Like, oh, let's throw these pickled eggs in here with this Star Wars Pepsi. Yeah, that's where it's gonna go.
He's got the Wild Cherry Pepsi from the 90s when it was good.
Yeah.
Good stuff right there. Gatorade in a can, top left. I mean, you got options.
Gatorade in a can, man. I'm not even old enough. I'm not even white trash enough to know that kind of can. That would be a golden coin can. Like, you wouldn't take that to the coin collector guy. You'd put that on top of your TV.
No. The tab is triangle on that. I actually have a Dr. Pepper glass bottle from like the 50s in my kitchen. I put on the cabinet.
Yeah.
So your collection is small, but this guy just took it to another level. Basically.
A much more impressive level. I don't know what's on the bottom though.
Is that like all the different queens of England or some shit on cans?
Sure.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
You know what it looks like? about 39 cents worth of salvage recycling.
It's not.
I like to, you know,
85.
like, don't get me wrong, older Shasta, okay, might be a collector's item, but he's got like those Shastas right there in the bottom, and it's like the gray one, not gray, excuse me, orange and the brown one and the green one right there with the S's on it. And I gotta be like, those aren't even like cool Shasta cans. Those are like your aunt that's diabetic, so she drinks a diet Shasta. You know what I mean? To get her blood sugar Shasta.
I hope he
The
has some
second
like
thing
store
is,
brand
do you
stuff in there.
move with this collection?
No,
This
fuck no.
this
Take
man
all
never
this down and move it to the new house and put it all back up.
this
Fuck
man has
no.
never moved. He still lives with his parents.
He took over his parents' house after
Yeah.
things changed. It looks like a can of Comet, but soda sized, right by the sun
It
kiss.
does.
Right, that's beautiful.
Ern's yelling at us. He says, "Those cans are 10 cents each in Michigan."
They
Um,
are.
When Tucky's sign says, "Shit, I have over 300 beer cans glued to my garage wall." Yeah, but see, that's a little bit different. Like, you put
But we
effort
all know
into
this
it.
guy.
You
Mhm.
know, this guy was just like, yeah.
Yeah, you can appease Kentucky Shine all you want. That's cool.
I wonder what the spacing's for, where he's just like, gap here. This is the gym.
Well, that's
I know.
obviously the special editions. He hasn't found those ones yet. They're like holographic cans, like Pokemon cards, you know?
Actually, the girl that he's got chained to the wall down there, it's Morse code. She's trying to get out. She's trying to make a QR code, hoping somebody will scan it and say,
It's like, please send
"Help me."
Coca-Cola. He hates Coca-Cola.
What bugs me the most, though, is that this picture wasn't taken straight. It's at a weird angle. It's like slightly off. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for the cans to roll off.
So is the person that owns these cans.
Slightly crooked and slightly off, yeah.
I do remember those old Pepsi cans, though. They have like the Matrix edition ones.
Okay, so the next one, I don't know what happened here. My assumption is bed bugs, but we'll find out here. I don't know how you get a whole yard full of stuffed animals.
This is what happens when you have a dog and you lift the couch after a year.
Imagine how many Beanie Babies are in there.
I was just gonna make a Beanie Baby comment. Well, thank you for being on my wavelength.
And I like that the house is in the background because it gives you some perspective about how big this pile of.
That is a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And obviously, it can't be that bad.
And gander in there. Oh my God.
Well, they definitely got patina on them, I'm sure. But like, they put a tarp out for these. Like,
yeah,
it's a yard sale.
It's hard to tell like what's in there, but there's got to be something worth it. If imagine having this in your house. You could cover every wall if you put them up like Soda Can Billy over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've raked less leaves in a yard than that.
Yeah.
You see a baby in pink, bottom right, and that's about it. Everything else is a mystery.
Yeah, little baby. Yeah.
This whole situation to me is a mystery. I don't know. I think there's some problem with collecting this many, toys, if you will.
Well, you can definitely tell that's like a humid area too. Those things gotta stink.
But if you happen to be around this, maybe this is your friend's house, would you be tempted to go on the roof and jump onto the pile of stuffies?
Oh yeah, it's like 2 feet from the roof.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, to be able to jump
until you land on a Buzz Lightyear wing. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a budget stuntman training facility.
Yeah.
You get on the roof. He's like, now watch out for the eyeballs. They might be a little pokey. Besides that, you're good. Give it. You just jump.
We forgot the airbags. Okay, run down to the Goodwill and get all the stuffed animals they have.
Got a plan, Mr. Cruz. We're gonna get through this one.
No, but my first thought was that the family had bed bugs, and this is one of those things that has to go when that happens. I was just like, holy.
If the family had bed bugs, which kid's room is this? And why does that kid have that many? No.
It would be kind of cool though to fill up a room with these and just try to crawl through it.
Suffocate.
No, not cool. No way. Like, I'm trying to think, what room in your house could contain this?
Your kid's room, and the heating bill will go down because of it. I say, suffocate.
What heating bill? There will be no heating bill.
Insulation? Have you seen a Cabbage Patch doll?
Just imagine though, if like all these are under a kid's bed somewhere, and he lights up his first Marlboro at 7. You know what I mean? And throws it under the bed. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a fire hazard.
Footsteps in the hallway. Yeah, I totally thought that. And so the last one that I have for this, I just thought this was funny because it kind of comes home a little bit. But
so Geekus isn't with us, but this is his room.
Yeah, we took a picture while Geekus was moving. This is his far wall that he doesn't show you on camera.
Is it Star Trek? I'm confused. What are we looking at?
Yes, it's all Star Trek. All of that is Star Trek.
War Stars.
Yeah, Geekus is now going to get his passport just to come and murder you, Sui.
I know.
Vandal wanted to make a joke, but his dyslexia was taking over at the same time. And
Yeah, it was.
The right words in the right order. That was good. I like that. I just thought, I was like, I've seen good Star Wars collections. Every figure is in the package hanging on a wall and it's all neat. And this is just like, good God, man, what the fuck?
Like, obviously this guy is really into it. And it's like, I get it. It's a lot of stuff. And you can tell this is like somebody that lives with somebody, I guess you'd say, probably like family, because it's not out like displayed, right? But like when I was still in the Army, I had a motor sergeant. And one day after duty, he was like, we had to go to his house to grab something, right? And his older brother lived with him. And granted, this is back when I was still in like my 20s. And he was like, my motor sergeant, like in his 30s, right? So his adult brother lived with him. And he always complained about him being like a bum. And he'd sit on his ass all day, and all that stuff. So anyways, we go to his house. It's a pretty nice house, 2-story house, whatever. Walk in, and his older brother took over the whole house, and he had scenes from every Star Wars movie set up in every different room. So when you walk through the house, it was just like a maze of virginity. But don't get me wrong, I love Legos, and Star Wars is cool, but like that so it was a lot, you know what I mean?
There comes a point when it's too much. This is that point.
Like if there's nowhere you can put down your Shasta, you know what I mean? Because you'll be touching one of them.
It's not a collection because these are all played with. I mean, these have all been
much rather
one way or another.
I much rather see that than the ones where they're all still in the package.
I'm not against you.
I like this more than if it was the same amount all in packaging. At least this guy got his money's worth.
Sure.
Like
Vandal, there's some great comments in chat.
I'm confused about that rug.
Let's see. Ern says, one of my mom's relatives collected dolls. I mean, like 300 plus fucking dolls. Oh, wow, that's sexual. They covered every surface of her trailer. I had legitimate nightmare panic attack when I walked in for the first time. Didn't know. Ben says, you could probably hide E.T. in that pile. Ern says, I had a phobia. Let's see. The old lady also had like 50 guns hidden around her house, like pick a random coat in the closet, pull out a 38. Let's see. Ben says, bro, he has a motherfucking Millennium Falcon. Yeah. Ern says it was really, Ben, it was a really weird time cleaning that trailer out. I mean, have you ever had a good time cleaning a trailer?
No. No.
You know what I mean?
By the time the trailer needs cleaned out, it also requires a high pressure washer.
Yeah. Oh, usually you just throw away the fake wood grain walls and then replat. Like,
all the magazines are already sticky. Yeah. By the time you get in, it's ruined.
You find the Playboys that still have the big ass bushes on them, look like Anthony's beard on a chick's pelvic bone. You
lock a couple cats in there for a day or two to clear out all the mess.
GT says, what if someone has that but mechanical mods asking for a friend? Oh, I mean, yeah, it's the same thing, man. You just put it in your mouth. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I didn't do any vape collections because I didn't want to embarrass anybody that I might accidentally pull one of theirs. So didn't go that route at all. But it was just, I looked at those things and I was just like, I know somebody would call that a pigsty. Like that's just, some of those are just horrible. But like, what's the difference between collecting that much Star Wars and collecting that much stuffed animals? It's just,
it's the same.
Yeah, it is. But we look at the stuffed animals like, oh my God, that's fucking gross. And then the Star Wars stuff is like, ooh, I want to go over to his house and play. Like he has everything. So yeah, just a little fun with that. If you want to go on to Pig Out, we can do that next.
Pig Out is going up. All right, Anthony.
Yeah, that one's a short one. So I thought Vandal would maybe have some fun with this with me too. So Pig Out, what I did was pulled some images from some buffets, and maybe I thought we could talk a little bit about, buffets. Do you like a buffet? Do you hate a buffet? Do you have any buffet stories? And if there was a clean, pristine buffet, what would you want on a buffet to get? So I just started this off with like a simple one that I'm sure we've all seen at some point in our life, probably in our teenage years, the pizza buffet.
CC's.
Yeah.
Ziggy's.
What's up, Ronnie Jim? He said, I can't do the porcelain doll. Spent the night in a room full of them. Still have nightmares from it. Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I hated porcelain dolls too, man. I fuck those things. Pizza buffets. When you're younger, I loved them. I don't like them now because it always seems like cold pizza. You know what I mean? And if I want that, I'll just have my Depression Dominoes the next day. You know what I mean?
Patrick Conquest, make sure you send us that picture when it's done. I would really like to see that.
Yeah, Patrick's drawing a piggy smoking a blunt for the show.
But I think
art's always
I think Dan will
appreciated.
hit that on the head. It's something that when you're younger, it looks, oh my God, I can't wait. Like all of these different pizzas. And then as an adult, you're like,
it's cold. It's cardboard. You know what would be better? A calzone buffet. I'm just saying.
No.
That's called the frozen food section where they sell Hot Pockets, you bastard.
Take your pizza, cut it in half, flip it out on top of itself. Boom, calzone.
So Vandal, just as a quick question, do they have stuff like this? And like always, you hear stories about Vegas buffets.
Yeah.
And you hear all kinds of different things. Like they're cheap, they're expensive, they have good food, they have terrible food. Like, fill us in.
So yeah, there's definitely obviously I've grown up out here. I was born and raised out here in Las Vegas. Buffets are a huge thing for casinos because a lot of people bring their 8 fucking kids or their family members and shit, and no one can ever agree on anything, and all that shit. So buffets are a nice option because yes, some of them are cheap. You're talking Golden Corrals, it's like $10 a person, and it tastes like $10 a person. You know what I mean? But those are nationwide. But once you start getting to something better, like some local casinos and stuff like that, the ones that are for the locals, the ones that are older casinos, been here since the 80s, they don't do buffets. It's all steakhouses and stuff like that now. Because most people that go to places like that, like Fremont Street, they're not getting a buffet. They're getting their kids a 10-piece chicken nugget to share between 12 of them. You know what I mean? And they're doing that shit. But so on the Strip, there's a lot of delicious buffets. I went to one 2 weeks ago, and the not Planet Hollywood. What the fuck was it? The Palms. And you can go there, and they have the best part about it is casinos are internationally, people from all over the world come to these places. So they have a little bit of everything. Of course, it's not going to, if you're Taiwanese, you're not going to be like, this is the best pad thai I ever had. You're not going to say that at a fucking buffet. But if you've been drinking all day and gambling or out at a pool, it's amazing food. Has I ever had a bad experience at a buffet? No. But you'll go in, and they'll have different sections. So they'll have one with a pad thai guy or whatever, and then it's all Asian themed. And they have the letters, it's all racist, and it says Asian, and shit like that. And they'll have 4 different types of rice right there and shit like that. And you go over and it's
King buffet.
Yeah, and then they have the fucking the pizza section and shit like that, and they'll have definitely not this many in a buffet. You'll probably have 4 pizzas to choose from. Of course, you have the classic pepperoni, you have the cheese, you have the meat lovers, maybe a Hawaiian or whatever if you're a fucking animal or whatever, and stuff like that. But yeah. But
so do you find them to be pretty clean?
Oh yes.
Taken care of? Okay, that's what I was hoping.
Very clean. And the best part is that you brought this up is that they we're very strict here in Las Vegas about health code and stuff like that. Because that's 90% of our industry. It's hospitality. It's food service and shit like that. So it's very strict. So it's fun. I'm glad you brought that up because the last buffet I went to when I was at the Palms or whatever, I was waiting in line because they were cutting up some some roast or some shit. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was obviously some kind of it's like a meat or whatever. And I'm sitting there, and I smoked weed before we went, so I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna be so good. It's brisket. So he goes to cut the brisket, right? There's 2 people in front of me. There's a guy, this Asian lady, and then me. So the guy goes, he's like, yeah, that piece right there, and all that shit. And so I'm like, all right, cool. And it's kind of like school when they ask you to read, you know what I mean? There's 8 kids in front of you. So you read up to that part where you're going to read and you just hold your finger there. You know what I mean? So I saw the piece of meat I wanted, and I was like, all right, I visually inspected it. And I was like, that's the part, whatever. So I go up, the guy goes, and then the lady goes up, and she's like, oh, I want that piece right there. And the guy's like, I'll give you this piece, and cuts it. She's like, no, I said, I want that piece. She went to go stick her finger on it, to touch it, right? And like I said, these guys are serious as shit. Motherfucking guy, he was an Asian guy or whatever. Not that it matters, but he pulled out tongs because he has the chef's thing. He's got the big old hat, and he's got the apron and all that. And she goes to touch it. He's like, with some tongs, and grabbed her fucking finger as it's like this. He's like, you don't touch the food. And I'm like, oh my god, like, oh. You know? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
No
Like,
meat
oh.
for you 1
Yeah.
year.
And
Yeah.
he's like, you know, she's like, I'm just trying to tell you. He's like, you don't touch the food. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna go get some pizza. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll take whatever piece that you want to cut. So like,
yeah.
we're good.
But yeah, so he went off on her. He's like, you know better. You understand now? And she's like, yes. Like, oh my god, you know, it's that hole in her finger and the tongs, you know. And he like lets go of it. And he throws the tongs backwards. They go in a fucking sink thing. And I'm like, yeah, obviously he's done this before, you know. And, and then he cuts her the piece or whatever, and then he looks at her and he's like, okay. And he cuts the piece she wanted and gave it to her. You know, and I was like, what the fuck is all this about? You know,
it's gonna be the next movie poster, the Tong Ninja.
Yeah. But yeah, so like they're always clean. They're always clean.
There we go.
So for me, this would be my kind of buffet. Like I'm a dessert guy so bad. It's terrible. And when I saw this picture, I was like, yep, this is the one I want to go to. This looks like something that I would get on a cruise ship and just be like, yeah, this is my area.
Even when that's smaller on a cart, I still follow that around. You know, like I'll get my plate and then I'll just be like, oh, where are you going? And I'll just follow the
You
cart.
can see the ghost of Wilford Brumley right there in the background.
Yeah.
So many options there.
I'll be honest, like
Dianetics.
dessert's always visually appealing, but I never hit the dessert bar.
And not that many. Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm all about
I'm with Vandal on that. It looks good, but no, too much.
I'll try it. I'll let you know.
There you go.
I'm very specific with my sweets. I'm more of a sit in bed at 10 p.m. eating a Twix kind of guy than, you know, going out and having a fancy dessert kind of guy. You know what I mean?
I used to have rules about like eating at buffets where it was like if they had desserts and then they had main course stuff, I would try to balance it out so that way I could eat too much heavy meat stuff and then dessert stuff and then meat stuff again and then
you would
dessert
stack
stuff.
it. Oh.
Well, yeah, so when you eat stacked like that, you're not like, oh, I have too much donut dough in my belly. You know, you're like, now I have the
Everything?
sausage.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. No, but if you calculate it just right, you don't get a tummy cramp and you could eat way too much. And that was the goal. It's always the goal.
That's a buffet connoisseur right there. That's
Yeah.
words of wisdom.
Sewer Rug makes sure he gets the fucking worth out of his $8. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
if I'm
I was
paying-
he's not
told
allowed
by my
back
grandfather that ice cream will just fit in through the crevices. Like that's
Just
so you
slide
can have
through.
that after every meal. It's no big deal. So what's what I got up here next? I really like a good Chinese buffet. And back in Ohio, when I used to live there, they had one. It was called the Ruby Rose, and that's why I asked Vandal about it, because a lot of the buffets that I've been to are a little sketchy. And this particular place I used to go to was extremely clean, well kept. They were constantly at the buffet cleaning and making sure things were full. And honestly, it was one of my best experiences ever. I'm going to tell a little story a little later about the worst experience I ever had. But I like a good Chinese buffet. I don't know if anybody else does, but it's kind of my thing.
Chinese buffets are good. We have a couple here in Vegas, and best ones are always in the worst part of town. Obviously, you know, I live in a pretty nice area, but and up the street from here, there's a it's a Asia buffet. It's what's called Asia buffet, and it's been there since like before I can remember. You know what I mean? I'm talking
Chinese buffet bad. Am I not supposed to? I mean, I like to learn these things.
No. It's just called.
Okay.
I'm just saying the name of it. It's just called Asia buffet.
Oh, okay.
But they're the kind, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's okay food, but like I said, it's in a nice area, so it's very plain. And I've gone there a couple times because, like, back when I used to do like photo shoots and stuff like that, the models would be like, "Oh, let's go get some lunch. Oh, let's go to the Asia buffet. Okay, yeah, whatever, let's go." And the ones that would want to go to this one, I didn't like it because the food was always very bland, and like it was an endless buffet. You paid $20, and this is like 10 years ago, which back then for a buffet is a good amount of money, especially like an out of the strip one. You know what I mean? And they
pay $40 to have Egg McMuffins delivered. But yes, I do understand.
And they put the place that I hate it though when you go into them, and they're the ones that like count your bites, like, oh, you ate too much, you know, and all that stuff. It's like, maybe I'm fat, I'm sad, like, get out of my face.
I've never been to a place like that, so
yeah, a couple of them out here like that. I can't remember the name of it, and I haven't gone there in years. But there's this one Chinese buffet that we have out here. It's in the worst fucking part of town. It's right by the university, you know, and stuff like that. It's like Chinatown in a strip mall, you know, kind of thing, in its own little area, even though it's not really a part of Chinatown that we have out here. And it's the best fucking food. But when you go there, dude, like, it's not like the serve yourself ones and stuff like this. Like, they have it behind the thing and they serve it onto your plate. And they're not stingy with it, though. Like, oh, I wanted a little bit of noodles, and I go over there, and it's like, okay, now I need a plate for the stuff, like the other stuff. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
I want you to
pounds?
shout out chat because there's some good ones in there. But on that same line, I always feel like if I go to get soul food, if it doesn't get passed to me through one of those round and round things that's a bulletproof, then it's probably not very good. But if it does, I know that that's good soul food. Anyway, shout out some chat.
Yeah. So GT says for the last one, no soup for her. And Thong Ninja, I'm not even sure where the Thong Ninja comes into play.
I think he's trying to say tongs, but
Tong Ninja.
Yeah.
Ben but I like Thong Ninja, and autocorrect always knows. So
Ben says he would leave the dessert one with diabetes. And then let's see, Ern says went to Ponderosa's a lot as a kid, probably where my hate for buffets stems from. That would make sense.
You know what that is?
Ponderosa was a casino restaurant thing.
In our part of the world, Ponderosa is this shitty little steakhouse that had back in the day, buffets were called like salad bars, and they kind of grew from that.
Yeah,
I know that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They don't exist anymore.
He says that our Ponderosa turned into a Bonanza for 6 months and then shut down. I love it too.
Those were two competing things. Ponderosa and Bonanza were two different companies that competed, and they did exactly the same business.
Yeah. Ben says they both sucked, and then yeah. I don't know about you guys where you're at, but out here we've always tried to be a bigger city than we were, and now we're a big city and it still sucks. But we had a bunch of little in the 90s, especially a bunch of places pop up because they were trying to compete with the salad bar and the pizza bars that Pizza Hut had. Because back then, if you ever saw the Red Roof Pizza Huts, that's when you know it's a good time. They have the Gallagher machine in the corner, they have the red glasses, and they have a little mini pizza bar.
Just take away one of my other slides. I don't care.
Oh, sorry.
It's not Geekus, here we come. All right.
The other two of you, I don't know how you feel about Chinese buffets or Chinese food in general. So
absolutely a fan
love
of
Chinese food.
Hate all buffets. Wrong with it.
I keep looking for a place and I haven't found one yet. But this one I thought Vandal might like a little bit since he's Hispanic.
Oh God,
I don't know. Have you ever been to a Mexican buffet like this?
Oh, the crust that's on those refried beans. Just no, go away, stop.
Oh man.
It's like the skin on pudding, man. It's like the best.
No, God damn it.
The worst part is every time you've ever been to a buffet like this, each thing has its own spoon, but they never stay in the same thing.
No. There's always that one fucking Karen that puts the same one, takes the first spoon and then dishes everything up, and then
the beans are covered in the last rice.
One.
Yep.
The
beans are always covered with the
God,
rice.
That lady.
Have you ever been to a quinceañera? That's what a quinceañera looks like. It's like every house party where it's a celebration. That's how they would serve the food, and it was plentiful.
Well, what weirds me, either this place is extremely clean or nobody's eating this food because there's not a drop of it on the countertop.
Yeah,
right before
these are all juicy foods. We'll put it that way.
Well, that and the far left one looks like a Dr. Pimple Popper video before she zooms in. There's no text. I mean, there's no break in that texture.
But the piece de resistance when it comes to buffets, at least it was back in the day, is the KFC buffet. Have any of you guys ever had the opportunity to peruse a KFC buffet?
Look at that sneeze guard.
Oh.
No.
I've ate myself sick in a fucking KFC buffet before.
I've never seen a KFC buffet.
Yeah, I have never either.
They weren't super popular throughout the country. They didn't last very long because honestly, I don't know how they could make any money off of this. Because I know it was less than $10, and I know I got.
Was it endless? Like you keep going back?
Yeah. Yeah, you bought like a plate and a cup when you came in to get the buffet, and then as long as you were there, you could eat. It was not a good lunchtime choice because by the afternoon you're just like, oh.
Yeah. Well, and here's don't get me wrong, in the 90s KFC was good, but this definitely looks more within at least the last 10 years maybe. I can't imagine thinking, you know what I'm gonna do? Go spend $10 and make myself sick.
I would go in expecting to do that, but there's something in that food that makes you just want to eat more and more of it.
I would eat 82 biscuits with honey butter on them. That's what I would do. That's just amazing.
I'm more of a Popeye biscuit fan, if we're being honest, but
let's not get into it. KFC actually destroys Popeyes.
But
I don't really think this is the case, but I'm like, and Snorkel likes the Cheddar Bay from Red Lobster.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore. Can't.
Excuse me. When Tucky says, I've done the KFC buffet. It was my mother-in-law's favorite. There was one in Hemet, California. See, I didn't ever see. I think this, like, for me, I always thought this was like an East Coast thing. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's more family-based East Coast stuff. You know what I mean? Midwest, East Coast. West Coast stuff, I don't really see this kind of stuff. But then again, like, so my question is, like, when you go into a KFC buffet, there's like 8 things there, like 8 different things to choose from. What the fuck are you choosing from? Because all they got is like drumsticks, breasts, and like green beans.
Well, back then they used to have corn, green beans, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. Like they had other stuff.
Red stuff. Yeah, they had options.
Yeah. And then you had, 2 different kinds of chicken plus strips and all kinds of stuff. Like I know why they didn't have this in Pahrump, because they would have went out of fucking business. Like all the poor people would save up and we'll just take 2 plates for the 6 of us.
We actually had a buffet out there in the casino, and it was $3 a plate. It was actually pretty cheap. Mike T says, can't say that I
money on gambling.
Oh yeah, all the old people and their fucking diabetes medicine money. Mike T says, can't say that I've hit up a KFC buffet. My first job was at a Country Harvest buffet. Anyone remember those? It was actually not horrible. I'm guessing Country Harvest would be like a Golden Corral kind of thing.
Corral, yeah, that's what we had, Golden Corral.
Because the bad story that I have is the last time I actually ate at a buffet, other than that Chinese food place, that's a caveat, but a regular, like, it was an Old Town buffet was the name of it, which is real similar to the other ones. And I stopped going to those places because as I was going through and getting stuff to eat, I get down to like the dessert area, and there was a little kid. His nationality doesn't matter, but there was a little kid. He had a chicken drumstick, and he was holding it under the chocolate fountain, and then taking bites and putting it back under the chocolate fountain and taking bites. And I thought, you know what? I'm done. Thanks for playing anyway. I've got some lovely party gifts for you. That. Where is your mother? It's all I'm thinking.
I have a Vegas buffet experience where I was back from Colorado with the missus. This was like 12 years ago. We were freshly dating. We were driving back from Colorado to California. We drove all night through Colorado, through Utah, and going through Vegas. And we started seeing signs, $15 buffet plates, lobster and eggs. And it's like breakfast time. Sun's coming up. And I'm getting tired because I drove for like 12 hours. And then she's like, oh, but this sign says $12. And this sign says $8. And it keeps fucking, and it's like a $4.99 plate, steak and eggs, and like, she's like, oh, but this one and this sign and this, and I'm trying to Google Maps things, and like, it didn't, I was getting frustrated. And like, we eventually found one where it was like $3.99 lobster tail fucking buffet. And we go in and we look at the place and we're like, fuck this place. And we got Taco Bell instead. So, and I was pissed, and I just drove
lobster tails. No.
Yeah, back in the day, man. Like, because you said this like 10 years ago.
$3.99 lobster tails if I was on the boat that caught them. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. So back then they used to like this. That was like what, 2010s. From like, I'd say from the 90s to 2010. Excuse me. We had this like surge of mom and pop buffet kind of things, and they'd be in like big places, but they're not ran by the casino or whatever. It's like a rented space, like you rent out like your strip mall and stuff like that. And dude, they had like a cutthroat competition. I saw one at one point in my life. I went to a $3 buffet, like, and I mean, and it's like,
I refused. Yeah,
and you go in there and like if like your blood sugar's low and you're about to die, maybe, you know what I mean, but. You're not, you'd save more. You'd have a better meal if you took that change and bought some from the ice cream truck. Like,
it's like drinking from the trough after you've been in the desert. Like, that's the only time that's okay. Oh,
yeah. God, Ben says there's a huge smorgasbord kind of close to me. I went there on E, and the food was insanely good, and the place was huge. Cost like $30 a person.
You were on E. The food wasn't that good. You were on E.
It was gas tank.
Ern says not a buffet, but the last time I was at a Red Lobster in Vegas and I got food poisoning, 6 hours before I had to catch a 4-hour flight home. Spirit planes don't even have bathrooms.
Red Lobster when you're in Vegas. That right
there.
It's funny you say that because like we had like another insurgence of Joe's Crab Shacks for like 12 years on every corner. Instead of a 7-Eleven, it was a Joe's Crab Shack. And like they built like a big old playground outside in the front of it. It gets 120 degrees at night in summer here, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like go burn your kids' hands and eat
That
some
sounds
old
like that
fucking
was
crap.
an Instagram ad that ran as like, own your own Joe's Crab Shack franchise. We accept anybody, and then they all just bought them real quick, and then they all went out of business about the same amount of time.
Yeah, now it's all
who made money on
Chick-fil-A's.
that deal? Joe, because he sold all the franchise rights. That's all. That's it.
Oh, he said once, not on E. So boom, snorkel.
Well, you read it wrong.
I read it as he wrote it.
Okay, well, that was my last one for the buffet, so we can go on to the swine verse.
Swine verse. I am interested to see how this is going to play out. I was like, it's like the multiverse of pigs. Like,
yes, pretty much. Yeah. So, as Snorkel knows, because we've been working on something together, I've been playing around with my AI and trying to do different things. And honestly, Sewer Rug, you are the reason why. Sorry. I do that all the time. I'm old. Fuck you.
I think you just
Sewer Rug
is very disappointed.
Sewer Rug and I have been working on something, and I've been using my AI quite a bit. And I could not get something that Sewer Rug said last week out of my mind about his date going to see Pride and Prejudice. And for some reason in my mind, all I could see were pigs in Swine and Prejudice. So I was like, okay, well, and so I made this, and it turned into a whole bunch of other things. So Swineverse is basically like movies that but if they happen in the pig universe, what would the posters look like? So that's what this is all about. So this first one is Swine and Gluttony, which I thought turned out pretty good. But it just I try and put on the screen what's in my mind, and I got the font pretty close, and what I wanted it to look like.
Great.
But yes, if the pig universe would have Pride and Prejudice, it would probably be.
So are those like house pigs or like worker pigs that don't have clothes?
Well, it's a mix.
Okay, so those are the privileged pigs in the clothes.
Right.
Those are That's top tier bacon right there. Is what that is. Yeah. Look at those corsets, man. There's no messing around there.
Yeah.
I like the pig stack too. Stacked pigs on the left.
I like the cleavage on the pig. That makes me laugh too.
I've
never corset, but yeah, cleavage is what I meant. Yeah.
So I thought Swine and Gluttony was pretty good. So I went on and did a bunch of different ones. This one, it's okay, but it's humorous to me. So.
Sour.
May the pork be with you.
Hey, you got a picture of Yoda's mom.
Yeah.
That's Grandma Yoda. Okay. Pre-dentures. Yeah. Beautiful.
But yeah, I thought that turned out pretty good. It was like, everything works. Trying to figure out what words to use with these. So I'm on my thesaurus all week, like synonyms for pig, and I have to go through and figure out what's actually going to work.
I swear to God, if you don't have a Kevin Bacon.
Sorry.
It didn't make the slide. He cut it.
Honestly,
he cut it.
I didn't think this would turn out this good, and this is a movie I would actually want to go see. So.
I want to be Mr. Pink. You want to be Mr. Pink? I want to be Mr. Pink.
That's a different movie, but yes, that is still the same director.
Quentin Tarantino. I was close enough.
Yeah, there wasn't enough feet in Pulp Fiction.
Gave her a hoof massage.
But I thought this would be a nice play on the Three Little Pigs, story by going pig fiction instead. The font turned out great. It just had all the right looks, and call that motherfucking wolf. There was a character in there, so I thought the play on words worked good. So I like that one pretty well. This next one, honestly, it was tough to see a difference between the actual movie poster and this one, just because I hate this bitch.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
You should have made it pig style though. Wait a second.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I can't. I watched the Marvels. It's not good. And Brie Larson, like, how did she she was decent in the first couple of things, like whatever, but she's so bland.
She works as a sub character. She doesn't work as a main character. And this was a Miss Piggy kind of play on words here. But yeah, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, that almost kind of just really looks like Brie Larson. So we're not going to fuck with this one very much. I had to make the font and all of that. But I mean, other than that, I was like, yeah, I hate that bitch. And she doesn't like me either.
Oh, yeah?
I just want to hear middle-aged men talk shit about her movies.
That's fair.
Who do you think they're made for, you jackhole?
Ern says there were two guys who were named Robert Bacon that came into his shop who are not related. So you asked them if they were related? That's a little privacy. That's HIPAA.
If they were... No, I can't tell that joke.
What?
Okay,
what?
Can't do it.
It's swine. It's fine. Swine.
It's a bobbing for bacon joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, but last and certainly not least, I think this is the one that came out the best of the entire group. And it made me laugh so hard that I actually made a video that Vandal's going to play after we show this. But I thought this one turned out
Yeah, Dunder Chitlin.
Dunder Chitlin.
And this is obviously the European pig office.
Yes.
The superior office, yeah.
Something office. About the way his face looks and the whole background and how he's sitting and everything. I was just like, I wasn't looking for that, but I saw this picture and I'm like, that looks like a picture from The Office. And then I was like, Dunder Chitlin. Oh, that's too good not to use. So, Vandal, if you want to play that beautiful bean footage, we'll let them see the intro to The Office pigs.
All right, it's down. But yeah.
With the music, I just thought the whole thing like worked together so well. It was like I got so many of those that came like all about the same time, and I was like, God, this just reminds me so much of that. So I was gonna run it on IG today, but I decided to save it for the show because I thought it was funny.
DT's got it right.
DT says, "I love you, Matt, for recognizing the UK office better than the US office." No.
No.
UK office is better than the US office.
I'm actually more of a Ricky Gervais fan, but anyway.
I like Ricky Gervais. I just don't like that version. Whatever. Patrick said, "Did you just copy News Radio?"
Close. Very close.
But yeah, no, American Office is the best. I don't care what you guys say.
Hey, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Yeah. Someone mute GT. No.
Everybody's allowed to be wrong. It's okay. All right, and that's it for me. Now all we got left is little dirty drawings, and we can get out of this bitch.
Yeah, bumpers up.
Oh, Mike T, I wanted to smile at
that joke. All right, so if you're new here, what are you doing? But what we do is we have this little game where we do themes sometimes. And of course, tonight, it's a National Pig Day, so we're going to do a little piggy theme. But we're going to have chat, shout out some stuff that has to do with pigs. Could be like a pig riding a unicycle, a pig doing its taxes, a pig, voting in the election, I guess, and the erection, penis, whatever. But, chat, go ahead, start tossing shit in to the chat, and we will draw that. And we will be timed. We have 2 minutes. We're going to draw 3 things that you guys shout out for us. And we have little books. Snorkel's putting it on his mail. I don't know why. And stuff like that.
Patrick Conquest, I'm not arguing with the fact that the IT crowd is good, but it's serious British humor. Like, you really got to like
I love the IT crowd.
IT crowd, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. It's so good. I came here to kick ass and drink milk, and I'm all out of milk.
All out of milk.
So, yeah, and then, of course, chat, you can always play along with us. And those of you that do, please show us your images. like Ian has, like Patrick has, like Delane has, and we show them on the show next week because you guys are what makes this awesome. So it would be great to do, show off what you guys do. Patrick always does a great job. Ian did a great job last time. Well, V8 did a great job last time. We do, it's not Autism Month, but we still put his thing on the screen, and we had fun
At
with
least it was multicolored. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah. So we do have some in chat, and since Snorkel's the most and a dick pig coal miner. Yeah, and so usually what we do is we incorporate some way to fit a dick into your drawing. You don't have to do it tonight, but of course it's always extra credit points. So Snorkel, since you are the one that never makes a choice, I want you to make a choice from what chat's putting out there, what we're gonna draw. You heard me, bitch.
Make a pick.
I feel like GT just heard the word unicycle and decided to add 2 more wheels to it, so not that one.
Tell us all the ones you're not picking.
So Portland.
I'm doing this the Vandal style of telling you what I don't want to pick, right, so that you can then try and figure out. You know what? Fuck it. Pig burying a body.
Oh wow.
In 2 minutes, and I can't draw a pig anyways, so woohoo!
All right, so get your pens and papers or whatever you're using, crayons, highlighter, that one colored pencil from 1998 Rose Art Pack that you have still in your drawer. Get ready, get set, a pig burying a body, go.
Okay. It's pig drawing time.
So are you guys going for like the Chesapeake kind of pig, or?
I'm doing the pig. I'm doing the pig that matters. I know this is time sensitive, so I'm making it happen.
So does anyone know if there's like different types of pigs out there?
There's blue pigs. There's Zuckerman's famous pig.
What's a Zuckerman's pig?
Zuckerman.
Is that like the Facebook guy? I thought he was
No.
Jewish.
You won't find him on the web unless it's Charlotte's Web.
Someone mute Sewer Rug.
What the?
He's been muted.
I'm not muted.
Yeah, he's muted. Somebody tell Sewer Rug he's muted.
I'm not muted. Have I been muted? Did I just? Can't mute me.
I'm so glad I can't hear him anymore.
What?
I know, right?
I'm definitely here.
The guy's probably talking like he's unmuted, but he doesn't know.
I am most likely unmuted at this time. And then we'll just do this. How are we looking on time?
Time's up. And if you got AI was bad at drawing hands, boy, do I have some news for you.
What?
Boy, do I have even more news for you.
Why do you have hands? Why does your pig have hands? That's weird.
All right. So go ahead. Actually, I can just unblur my video.
Well, we just gotta
Come on. There we go.
Big Anthony. Make it. Anthony's still the big one. Wait, am I doing it wrong?
Did Snorkel draw his on a $5 footlong wrapper?
No, it's on an envelope, but also the pig is in the ground. So I can't draw a pig. Yeah. That's the best you got.
I like how Anthony says, "Fuck you, I piss off your grave. I piss of your grave. Rest in peace, Wolf."
That's an of.
That's
an of.
Your on is backwards.
Yeah, it's an of. Okay.
Apparently,
it's a pig. He doesn't really know English.
Yeah, he's got some hairy balls. Apparently Sewer Rugs is turning his into a fucking gemstone or something to send off to Thorland.
No, it's a shovel. Did it look weird?
That's a
Yeah.
shovel. Looks like an
Not
arrow.
a shovel? I thought
Yeah.
that was a shovel. I was sworn.
And then chat, you can go ahead and choose who you think wins on this round, even though I'm not sure
Nobody.
anyone wins this one.
No. Although I think Mike D should get points for pig talking shit to police, so he just wants pigs talking shit to each other.
He wants some pig on pig crime.
He wants pig on pig crime, yeah. Anthony's is funny, but Vandal's is the superior artwork. We have 2 votes for Vandal. Ern also giving Vandal votage.
Three
And Ronnie.
Vandals. That's what I'm saying. GT's got it down. Cocky shovel. That's right.
Did I leave this on top chat? I did leave this on top chat. Fuck. Switch that over to live chat so
Mike
I can
T
actually
says
see.
Suey Rug.
No.
It looks like he hit him with like a frost stick, and he's like, GT says me, Matt, because titty shovel. That was false.
Yeah, that was a titty shovel. Yeah, that definitely was a titty shovel. That's titty shovel.
It's a dude with boobs.
It's a hairy titty shovel, man.
That pig's wearing. I like how he's wearing a safety boot on that one foot.
His eyes.
It's some hairy titties.
His poor eyes.
I'm saying that Vandal won this by a landslide.
Oh, yeah, Vandal took this. I took notes from the show too.
Calzones do not rule.
Calzones rule.
Mike T says I'm still waiting for the day I get pulled over with my oink hoodie on. Sewer Rug's got another vote. So that's 2 for Sewer Rug.
Yeah,
3
and
for
1,000 for
Rug.
Vandal. Let's give this to Vandal.
It's Vandal. Vandal, you got this one.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, since I won this one, Anthony, you could choose who we're gonna draw
Oh,
next.
thanks. That's great.
Oh,
What's
I want
up?
to do pigs in a blanket because that's.
Oh, God
that's
damn it.
All right. Let me set up the timer. All right. Pigs in a blanket. I have a story about this. I'll tell or drawing. 3, 2, 1, go. So you guys know I'm a gas station food connoisseur, and I like to eat stuff at the gas station. So anyways, I go into 7-Eleven the other day in the morning, and I usually get something to eat, whatever. And they had they have like little fresh food things, and they had pigs in a blanket. So it's like the most dehydrated hot dog you've ever fucking seen, inside of like some bread. And I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. It's always cheap food and stuff like that. So I was like, cool, let's try it. So I tried it, and the guy was like at the cash register. I don't ever really pay attention to it, but there was like, oh, would you like some syrup? And I'm like, I thought he said like sauce. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, just give me the stuff I want to go. And so here was syrup, and so he handed me syrup, and I'm like, the fuck am I gonna do with this syrup or whatever? So I go and I get in the car and I start eating on this fucking, pig in a blanket. And it was the best fucking thing I've ever had. It also gave me diarrhea for like 3 days.
What was the syrup?
It was syrup.
What? It was.
But the breading was more of like a pancake thing. So if that makes sense why they did it like that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Not to me. But as long as it was syrup and it was delicious, I think you won.
I didn't even use the syrup, but I should have tried it.
Oh, man.
Sure. There we go. We're done.
We should be getting close to time.
Pigs in a helicopter. Gas station egg salad sandwich. Ern, you have a death wish.
I used to love gas station egg salad, but time's up.
Oh, God.
No. Okay.
But you have to get 2 of the gas station egg salad sandwiches so it tastes like there's egg salad in it, and you got to take the bread off of one and then combine the other one with it.
Where's your hand, Snorkel?
And then you put...
dude, I was done drawing a minute ago.
Anthony's still going, whatever. There's no...
Oh,
Anthony can have my extra minute. I don't care.
We're bringing him in?
Yeah. Anthony can catch up. If he's
Well,
motivated,
Anthony-
I'm not stopping him.
Yeah, that's true. He's a craftsman.
I was close. It was just I had to finish a touch, or it wouldn't make sense.
My pig is actually wrapped in a blanket. Is that what it's supposed to be? Wait,
What the fuck? You make me squeal. Oh yeah. But is it a pig that's sleeping? Is that the wolf? I like
Pig's
Snorkel.
sleeping. That's how he's under the blanket, but he's having one of those dreams.
My pig's peeing bacon.
Mine's got one of those blankets where it's like a rocket ship and a space pig and the sun on it, and there's a bag of chips, and he's watching the Pig Office.
That curly tail went straight during that dream. That was good.
Oh Lord, that's the cleanest drawing I've done so far for this
Yeah,
segment.
I like it. I like snorkeling a lot. GT
Yeah.
says, now that's a hog, Anthony.
Wow.
Yeah, we said pig in a blanket, not hog in a blanket.
Well, hog my hooter.
Mike T is the first vote for Anthony, unless GT's counts as well.
Sort of like a blanket, not a snuggie. LOL.
K Fang says,
I got my first vote ever for this segment.
yeah, K Fang says snorkel.
There we go. Yeah, that was artistic, man. That was artistic.
Yeah, I like snorkels.
Autistic, yeah.
I didn't know the rules.
Snorkel, but oh my fucking god, Anthony.
Dude, Snorkel, you're taking it.
Hells yeah.
Oh, McKenzie
So,
says Anthony.
evidently, as long as I don't draw penises on mine, I get votes.
Wait, are dicks optional? I
The only way
thought
I get
Dicks-
votes.
I had a dick under the blanket. That's what the lines were. But yeah, no, it was a
I
nice
just
little.
figured it was assumed you're going to get porked.
Yeah. Anthony forgot pigs have corkscrew peckers. Yep.
D8 says snorkel because, yeah, the corkscrew peckers.
Was that thing actually in the blanket? No, it was not. Anthony's was.
All right, so
I tried to draw the blanket at the end, but it's
Snorkel one Vandal. All right.
It's still a little chilly.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think, and that's 1.
I think we lost Mallory Gates early on in the show too.
Yeah, I think Snorkel won this one.
Why, thank you,
Yay!
everybody that voted for me. You have
Anybody
great
but me.
taste in art.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what it is. Yeah. So it's gonna be surprising, but we're gonna end the show on time tonight.
Oh, we only doing 2. Okay,
I
cool.
do too. Yeah.
Well, shit, weird.
I also have to poop. It comes out in spirals as well. I think I have to go to the doctor.
How are those fiber pills treating you? You still
I
on?
stopped taking them. They gave me like delusions. Like, I'm not even joking.
Grandeur.
He
Yeah.
was so regular that he had to stop.
I don't know if you guys remember last show we had, right? That was my second day of trying the fiber pills. And there was a moment at the end where I was like, I don't feel good. Like, I don't feel good. Like, I felt like my whole body, like the blood rushed from my body and then come back. And like that happened like 3 times when I took those fiber pills. I stopped taking them. I haven't had that feeling. So either one, my intestines are so not used to pushing things through in a solid state that I almost had a heart attack because of the blood pressure, or 2, it had some weird reaction. I'm going with the blood pressure, and I probably have to go get my butthole fingered. I'm at that age now, but I'm not, I'm working up to it. I'm a lady, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to make you earn it. Like, I'm going to be in the hospital bed. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to start typing some things in the chat. These lovely people on the panel are going to tell you how lovely you are, chat, and we're going to get on out of here.
Chat, you were wonderful. Thank you for being here with us. Sewer Rug, your turn.
What do you mean?
Oh, wow.
That's all you want to do?
I thank the important people here.
Can you just acknowledge that you won the pig draw off contest?
I'm not a poor winner.
A poor winner?
Yeah.
I'm not saying gloat. I'm just saying oink it up a little bit. You know, it's
I already
National
did.
Pig Day. That was it.
Moment's lost. Yeah.
All right, here we go. In a world where laughter
now I can
reigns
interrupt
supreme. Oh, please go on. Okay. And the internet is ablaze with creativity. One show rises above the rest. Tune in every Friday to witness the spectacle, the hilarity, the unforgettable moments of the Friday Fallout. This is Sewer Rug signing off. See you next time.
Although, real quick, GT is offering Vandal a free inspection.
Go on.
That's where
Why
the
does he
Cam
have-
part of his name comes from.
Why can I feel both hands on my shoulders? That's the problem with that inspection. Yeah, I think Sewer Rug is correct. There are things here that you see here that you'll never be able to forget. Just permanently burned into your brain for sure. Chat, thank you so much for coming out to hang out with us on a Friday night. We really enjoy that part of it. You guys are fantastic. If you want to catch me, usually Instagram is the best place at I'm_Anthony Ramella. You can always get really great, fantastic pig apparel over at oinksquad.com. I think I have one of those. Yeah, it looks like that. You can go over there and pick up all kinds of goodies if you'd like, and it really helps support the show. So, go over there and pick something up, jackasses. Anyway, if you need some THC, because we all need THC, or CBD or anything in between, check out rogueshop.com. We got a bunch of really cool stuff getting ready to land. So, check us out. See what you think. We are now selling basically real weed, and we send it anywhere that we send stuff to. Sent a package to Puerto Rico last week. So send this shit anywhere, just as long as you're willing to spend the money, and we can get it through customs. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on another Friday. Happy National Pig Day. Vandal, take us on home, buddy.
No, I was going to do some pig squeals. I was going to talk in pig, the side out.
Yeah.
No. But chat, you are amazing. Patrick already sent me his submission, I guess. Like always, we'll post it next week. Don't know what we're doing next week, but we'll do something fun because you guys will be here, we'll be here, and it's always a good time. Touch tips, see what happens. That's it. We'll go there, and then maybe since it's pig week, we'll get corkscrewed and we'll be stuck together and we'll be porking for life. That's all we want from you guys.
In other news, I won't be here next show.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great
in
show
other
next
news.
week. Leaf Snorkel has his LARP next week.
No, that's not till May.
Oh. Snorkel's getting his prostate exam next week.
No, that's you.
Let me talk to my
be
people.
Here next week.
Yeah, Snorkel won't be here next week. So
if you guys are corkscrewing your penises together, I ain't gonna be anywhere near that.
Yeah. He says that now. He's already messaged me twice. Are we really doing
I
it?
couldn't even get one cork.
Not even a $2 bottle of Boone's Farm. Anyways, chat, you're amazing. We'll let you know what's up. Thank you for being here. Have a good weekend. If you go pork something, make sure you don't put it in the oven and bake your bacon, I guess. Fry it. I don't know. How do you cook bacon? Put it in the air fryer. Good night, everybody.